is news and entertainment. This relentless.
Bitch on game.
Hey, bitch on game. Hey, relentless.
Welcome to the Relentless Podcast. I'm Cole.
And this is Dre. What up, world?
Hey, man, we got a very special guest with
Very,
us today.
very special guest.
I mean, it's so special. Like, I did some homework, and the homework was hard to do because you really don't do a lot of interviews.
No,
so
I
I had to just go off personal shit to
Facts.
try to figure out how this interview gonna go. Because, you know, sometimes you got enough footage on people where you can say, okay, I know this, I know this, I know that. I only know what I know, which ain't a lot. So y'all gonna learn with us, man. We got Michael 5,000 watts in the building.
What's going on, y'all? Appreciate
Yo,
y'all.
DJ.
So
Really be a
if
part
y'all,
of the podcast today.
if y'all don't know, man, if y'all, you know what I'm saying, anybody that's from the city of Houston, and really if you in this southern region, you know, but we got a lot of Chicago listeners. We got some guys on the East Coast, West Coast, but this is a real legend, not just a southern legend. I'm talking about a real hip-hop legend with us today, man. I'm happy to have you, man. Thank you for coming, man.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah,
I
for
told
sure.
y'all I was coming through, man.
We
You
appreciate it. We appreciate you.
know, no problem, man.
So let's back up. Because you weren't Michael 5,000 watts at first.
Yeah, I'm Michael Watts. You know what I mean?
But
I'm
where
Michael
did the
Watts.
5,000 come in at?
Man, when I started doing commercial radio, they was trying to give me a so-called radio name, right? Okay. So I always used my name, you know, and I was already familiar. People that were fans of my work, they were familiar with me behind my name. They know me as Michael Watts. So they were saying, oh, you need to change your name to this. I'm like, I'm not changing my name to nobody, right? So my friend that worked at the radio station, his name was Lester Pace, right?
Lester Sir
Lester
Pace.
Pace. Lester Pace added the 5,000 to my name. So he said, Michael, 5,000 watts. So that's where the 5,000 came from.
Oh, that's dope.
Pace, man, you been really
His
this
name
like the
came
third
up, yeah, his
time
name came up a
your
few
name
times.
then came up on our
On our show,
podcast.
Yeah, man.
Lester, what is Pace over at Rock Nation now, right?
Yeah, he over there at Rock Nation now. Man, Pace is like a jack of all spades. I mean, all trades in the music industry. You know what I mean? Either he have done it all or he have the plug to it all.
Pace, we got to get you on, man.
Gotta get you on,
We got to reach
Yes.
out and get.
Yes.
Everybody pay homage to you, man. I remember Pace back from Kids Jam. You know.
I'm too. Me too. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I was inspired by that whole Kids Jam crew because a lot of people don't know that Kids Jam brought hip hop here to Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're a hip hop fan from the '80s, you definitely got your roots from Kids Jam, KTSU 90.9.
90.9. Shout out to 90.9 Kids Jam. Also, I gotta call my girl T Mac. Oh, Tammy McCall. You don't know Tammy. You know Tammy?
I don't know Tammy. I heard of her though.
She was the youngest one on there.
Oh, okay.
Tammy was like 12 or 13 on there.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so she used to always give us our shout out, you know, we was in love. This way before social media, so y'all don't know, you know, if you knew somebody on the radio, this was big shit right here, man.
Oh, yeah, she gonna be on hold all night.
Hey, yeah, you
Let me
gonna
give a
so I
shout
can
out
just
to
call, hey, Tammy, listen, tell such and such I'm thinking about him. Oh, that's what got you in. Boy, I'm talking about, you heard it on the radio.
For all them fair dudes, that's that R-dub. I know everybody got R-dub in the joint, man. Them shout-outs on Sundays.
Hey, I used to be the king of the Sunday night, you know, on lock shout outs, man. On my show, I had Straight to the Room. And then everybody, man, their girlfriends would call them, and they always wanted to give a shout out to their man on lock. You know, probably at least about 75% of the calls, man, was somebody that was on lock, man, and they gave them a piece of their world.
I remember
man.
that part of your show.
Because they just sit up in that bunk with their radio like, oh, baby, shout him out, baby, shout him out.
Yeah, man.
The whole time Tom over there chilling, listen to the shout-out with
I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know who I know
You
this
out of
chick
line
named
for that
Portia
trade.
call every day.
Hey, man, he stay shooting bullshit, man.
I'm just
Don't
saying.
do that to him. Don't do that
Girls
to the
calling,
homies.
giving shots out and dude in jail, and then you got homie laying in the bed. Like,
It probably be like that, man.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
like that because I've been that dude before.
See?
I've
See,
definitely been that
see,
dude. You know, like
see? I
I'm
told
like,
you.
damn, baby, go ahead. Press 5 for the dude, man. He locked up, man. Press 5.
ain't no reason not to press
him.
5.
Like, man, press 5, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna walk out. Talk to the dude, man. I ain't tripping. Matter of fact, let's send him something. You know what I'm saying?
Right, let's take a
Like,
time out.
let's make this straight. Y'all gonna be together. Bitch. We ain't finna be together. Anyway, we ain't gonna get too off track.
And it's so crazy, bro. That mug. And we could easily jump off the subject, but let's keep on the subject. You know what I mean?
Man.
Let's keep on the subject,
right.
man.
Y'all been turned since y'all got here, so ain't no telling what it's about to go, man. Let's run it, man.
So let's let's go through a progression of Michael Watts, Michael 5,000 Watts, man. Because something happened today, very funny to me. It was really profound because it's like I'm always curious about how do people make their mark in anything, right? And so I'm talking to Big Ty. They cut my hair over there, right? And he said, I remember being at Watts' house back in the day. The whole house looked like it was a DJ booth. And he said all he did was play on the damn turntables all day, all night. He said this man was married to music.
Yeah.
And so when he said that, I'm like, damn. And you look at anybody that's been successful with their craft, they have really put the time in. So right then he let me know the results of what I've seen. That was the results of what I've seen.
Yeah.
So just speak on that a little bit, man. Just being in that house, in that room. He say, man, hell, we all DJ. He saying Watts was the ultimate DJ because he said, I don't even remember seeing the nigga eat.
yeah, that's crazy, man. That's the thing that really drove me, man, because like other people, man, it was like a side hustle for them or whatever. For like me, I never played sports or did anything like that. You know, I probably light hustled on other things, man, but the main thing that really took care of me was DJing, you know. And, you know, and I'm not, like I say, I'm literally not good at anything else, you know. Well, I am good at other things, but my main thing when I was a kid, you know, like other people was good at basketball and football and all that other shit. Nah, I wasn't that dude at all.
So it sounds like you had this vision early on that what you wanted to be a DJ, but did you see yourself, envision yourself making it to the point that you're at right now, like being a legend? Like,
you know
was
what?
that your goal setting up?
It was no goal to it. I just kept doing what I love. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I'm gonna do this right here. I want to be this person. I want to be at that top level. No, I just was happy to be DJing, and I was really happy to be creating music.
Right. So who were some of your early influences like that made you want to DJ? What attracted you to the music? Like,
you know, just because I'm you know, I started DJing in the '80s. It was people like, you know, Jam Master Jay. You know, Jazzy Jeff. You know,
facts.
It's people like that influenced me. You know.
Okay.
How about the local guys that did it though?
Oh yeah, man. You know, one person that inspired me. You know, Daryl Scott. You know. Daryl Scott back then was one of the biggest mixtape DJs out here in Houston. If you was a mixtape connoisseur in the 80s, you definitely had some Daryl Scott in your deck. And I'm from the North, so in Crofton Place Apartments, man, we had Dennis D in there. And he had this mix that was really famous, man. He took some of the Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and he put it behind Friends, and it was the biggest shit on the street, man. So I was really inspired by him as well.
Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy with Friends.
Yes, and of course Lester Pace. You know what I mean?
Lester Pace,
because they had the Kids Jam on there, you know, and I was really inspired by them.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did the progression from the DJing to the more executive side of putting artists out and being a part of that movement come about?
So of course a lot of people knew me from pushing mixtapes. Right. So when I started doing the Swishahouse mixtape, that was the slow down version of my stuff, right? It really picked up because the screw fad was just so strong out here in the market and everywhere else around there, right?
My goodness.
So the artists that out there rap on it, they got so popular around there, right? That it just really grew into it. I never wanted to run a record label or no shit like that. I really was doing mixtapes because I had fun doing it. And I loved to make people happy with music. So what happened, man, the mixtape just grew into a record label.
You know,
that's about right too. That's kind of me. I remember, you know, those times and how I just like took off.
And it's crazy because he had that same effect that Screw had. You know, Screw had it on the South. I think you really had it on both ends. Well, I can't say Screw had it on the South because shit. Everybody was fucking
I'm gonna tell you something. Me and my partner was talking about this here around there, right? So if you from the South Side, you was really by nature a screwhead around there, right? So if I came to you and said, hey man, look, you want to buy one of these Swishahouse tapes, Michael Watts? Nah, I don't fuck with that. Nah, man, I'm screwed up, click for life, man. Okay, it's cool, but it's funny. If it's a group of niggas, it always was that one nigga that came back out the club and said, man, you know what, on the cool, I fucks with that. Let me get that. Hey, there's a lot of Swishahouse on the low, screwed up click heads out there, and y'all know it.
That go both ways too.
Y'all know it.
We just talked to Lil Kiki about that. I was telling Lil Kiki, I say, I used to hate it, man. I was jamming your shit and I was jamming all y'all shit, and I just be like, damn, they from the South Side, they killing us. But I still jamming this shit.
Hey, man, I never had that mentality because like this here, man, I'm like, man, look, I enjoy good music. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
give a fuck where it's from around here.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because, like, for me, if you listen to my show, I play Screwed Up Click. I play Northside shit. I broke niggas from the East. Good music is good music. It doesn't matter where it's from.
No, that's big
Yeah,
facts.
that's
You know?
big facts. I agree
So
with
let's just get back into that, man. You say that the artist really took off with the label, made you turn into an executive, basically. Like,
Yeah.
So I remember back in 9-8 when you had Lil Mario, J-Dawg, Slim Thug on that thing of Swisha 9-8.
Yeah.
Man, when that thing hit, it was like wildfire. I remember it just being one of the. Everybody was playing it. It was playing everywhere. With the Master P beat, I think it was. It was just playing
Yeah,
everywhere.
that was the
man.
Master P beat.
So was that the mixtape that made you say like, man, this shit real? What was the mixtape that made you say this is real?
Man, I'm going to tell you something that really made us know that. Well, before that,
Okay.
I don't think it was a particular mixtape that made me feel that way. It's just the whole buzz overall. You know,
Right.
man, these dudes are big superstars around here.
Right,
I
facts.
mean, on the cool, man, these niggas got real fan bases around here, man. These niggas are making money, you know, with mixtapes like artists. I mean, really on the cool, the niggas that was rapping on my mixtapes was living better than a lot of people that was actually signing record deals at that point.
That's
you know,
facts.
100,
That's
1000% fact.
I mean, shit, man. You know, I mean, it had to go into that, man.
It was almost like a gold rush in a sense, like, you know what I'm saying, like, because everybody wanted the music. Everybody wanted.
You know
the
what?
music.
I just think, man, with the explosion of Swishahouse, that shit was from all the work that I did from that point. You know, because at the end of the day, I grew the whole mixtape culture. I've been doing that shit since the 80s. You know what I mean? So everything that I did since the 80s, it all grew into that point with Swishahouse. You know what I mean? Before
Right.
I started slowing down music, I was already pushing mixtapes all over the southern region already. So when Swishahouse came, I just really had it plugged them into the network I already had built.
Right.
So
Right.
so let's transition from that and say, because what you just said is so true, that these guys were having better careers and making more money than guys that were actually signed to major labels.
Yes.
So how do you transform? Because these guys are getting their money direct, hand to hand in a lot of ways, and they got their own fan base, and they really count cash like it's the street money. So now you come to the corporate side of this. How does that transition? Because a lot of people don't realize that that goddamn hand-to-hand money tough, boy. Now you got to sit here and go figure out what SoundScan said.
And wait on some shit.
Wait on all this shit. And you can't go push it like that no more.
I'm
And
not
you
gonna-
used to that bread coming in.
Hey, man, I think that was one of the main things that really kind of broke the group apart around there, because when it came to the point of us doing it on a corporate level around there, people couldn't really relate to that, man. You know, when it came to the point of us signing contracts and really working a deal with each other, I mean, with the distributor and all that type of stuff around there, people couldn't relate to that. It's just like what you say. They used to having their cash in their hand right then. You know what I mean? So when you say, hey, man, look, you're going to have to wait for 6 months to get your cake, I'm like, man, damn, do I really want to do that? I mean, shit. You know, it's just the thought of that. Man, really, on the cool, they didn't realize the fact that we already got a hustle platform already.
So you speaking about the transformation from the mixtapes to the first album? That's what we talking
Yeah,
about right
when
now.
when
They held
everything
broke loose. Okay.
grew past the mixtapes. Right?
Okay.
So when it came to the point of us creating a record label, man, in order for us to get a deal with somebody to really push this to the point of where they really need to be at, we had to have paperwork and contracts.
Right.
And when you don't have paperwork and contracts, you can't do no deal with anybody.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
So therefore, when the people that did understand that they had to have paperwork and contracts, that was Mike Jones and Paul. You know what I mean? And Slim. Right. So that's why they was able to go so much farther in their career. They had somebody on their team, you know, to teach them to understand it about contracts and going to the next level.
Right.
You know. Because at the end of the day, I really wanted the whole team to be like the Wu-Tang Clan out here.
Right.
You know?
Y'all definitely had a
That
cult
term.
following before, you know, this cult following term ever came about for us the music industry wise.
We had the underground Wu-Tang Clan of the South.
Y'all definitely
Period.
did.
You know what I mean?
Period.
It was 11 niggas out there, and everybody had a buzz in the fan base.
Definitely.
Wow.
I mean, that's very true. Archie Lee, Lester Roy.
realism.
I mean, just, you know, you think about it, man. Lil Ron, everybody. Like,
Everybody had
had their own buzz. Like, everybody had a little traction. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And then
Look at your bullshit ass homeboy right there, man, trying to speak, man. We gonna holler at him. Just his bullshit ass won't speak.
What's up, man?
We ain't putting him on camera. Don't even turn around that way.
Boy, you tough. Hey, you cannot have you can't be soft over here. I'm telling you, we're gonna hurt your feelings. I know I'm kind of thrown out, but he fucked up.
I ain't did nothing
Us,
wrong,
man, terrible, man.
I ain't did. We talking about the Swishahouse right
Yeah,
now. We ain't talking about
we
bullshit
gonna
niggas walking
keep
by the
going.
window, man.
Yeah, you can't get that easily distracted, man.
I wasn't. Y'all spoke, so I spoke.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all.
So think about that. Like he said, they could have been the Southern Wu-Tang, and that's what you actually envisioned at the time.
I mean, when the opportunity was there, exactly. You know, I just felt like everybody could have had a deal with a major, and everybody could have lived up to their full potential. You know.
I mean, did you ever get to see a Swishahouse show back then when they was kind of at their peak mixtape wise? Did you ever get to see a show?
I saw him.
And everybody that touched that mic pretty much had a song that kind of rocked the crowd. So I think that's what he's speaking on.
I'm trying to think of where did I see it at.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody had the buzz like Slim Thug and them did, you know, on an independent level back then. Facts.
Facts.
I mean, even with Kiki and them, man, Kiki and them was signed to people. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like Poking them, they had to deal with people around there, man. Them dudes that had no deal, they was just straight street cred freestyle shit. You know, and they were getting shows before any one of them got to deal with anybody.
So I got another question. Like I remember, what this was 98. So I remember Slim dropping "I Represent This," man. What did that do for the mixtape scene? Because that was like one of the first of its kind for us. Like seeing a mixtape with just one artist on it.
Yeah,
and it was like one of the first. It was like a big deal. Like
yeah, it was a groundbreaking. I think that's the mixtape that actually started the artists mixtapes.
Right.
Because back then, before then, the mixtapes was just a whole collaboration of different songs and different music. But that actually is, to my knowledge, right, was the first mixtape that only featured one artist.
Had artwork and everything. Like
Absolutely.
It was a groundbreaking mixtape for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That. So let's,
I mean, now I'm thinking about it right now.
Travis, do you remember anybody that did that before Slim?
Name that dude. I mean,
yeah,
I don't
name
give a
that
damn.
dude. I agree.
You know, I know they've been doing this stuff on the East Coast and stuff like that, man. But especially, I'm gonna say for down south, I can't name that dude.
No, I definitely don't. I can't. You know, especially here, I can't think about
it until you just said it.
That was some groundbreaking shit for both people.
Man, shout out to Slim. Goddamn, Slim, you tough. I'm a fan of good work.
Yeah,
man.
you got to get on over here, Thug.
You've been putting good work in for a while.
You got to get on over here and tell this story, man. Because I don't think he even realized that though. That's something, you know, me and Slim talk about some everything. I don't think he realized that I Represent This was probably the first mixtape of that kind.
Just
like,
with one artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember nobody.
Yeah.
Like you say, it was a mixture of all artists, all music, all everything.
Right.
So yeah, I can't recall it. Damn.
And I think that, you know, was one of the pushing factors of Slim being who he is today. Because I think that really set Slim up to be like, hey, I'm Slim Thug. The artwork, everything, how it looked. I think that set him up for his, you know.
You know, one thing about Slim was always ahead of everybody in this class anyway, especially on the music level, you know.
Facts.
He always have, man.
But Slim had different experiences too, though. Like, so he was able to rap about shit that he was actually doing back then. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he shout out to Thug, man. We can go all day by him, man. He gonna need a couple hours for his show, man. We gotta get into some shit.
So when the contracts, the label, and all of these things came about, and you guys are having this success, what happened that it couldn't be consistently perpetuated?
You got to break that down a little bit. I'm kind of confused with the big words on that. This right here is my dumb moment right now.
My fault. No.
You done TI'd me just now.
You know what, man? What happened? Why we couldn't keep going? That's all it means.
I mean, we kept going with the people that wanted to keep going.
So fuck that. We really want to know what the fuck happened to the Swishahouse. Where's everybody at? Who the fuck didn't sign no contract? We want to know shit.
Man, people decided to want to do their own
what
shit.
People wise? We won't know.
People decided they want to do their own shit. So Big Tyke and them, they had Big Tyke and Pick and AD them, they did a clip called Run Your Mouth. You know what I mean?
Okay, I remember.
Of course, Slim started doing the Boss Hog Outlaws. You know, Paul Wall Camille, now they came with the color changing clip.
Yep.
You know,
yeah.
And you know, I don't even think I wasn't even fucked up behind it because the whole fact of, man, life is all about growing. Mm-hmm. Period. You know what I mean? I don't never want to be like the regular record label, like be a pimp with my hoes. I never wanted to be like that. I wanted everybody to be businessmen of their own anyway. That's one reason why I gave them the game like that. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like for them, I showed them how to run the game on it, man. I wasn't one of those type of people that just wanted to have y'all just up under me like that. That's not me, you know?
Facts. So for moving along. So we're at the day here, bro. So moving along. to the Mike Jones moment. I remember Mike Jones coming in and like just kind of
see, because
taking the airways by storm.
This the thing
Mike
that really
Jones.
blew Mike Jones
Mike
up, right?
Jones.
So everybody that was in the Swishahouse, right? They really basically doing their own things around there, right? Swishahouse is a big national branded name
definitely.
right now, right?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So when Mike Jones came in, all the hype of the brand of Swishahouse went directly to him.
Facts.
You know?
He was probably the only one there at that time, right? Or you had a few more artists?
Pretty much it was him and Magno right
okay,
there.
yeah.
You know,
Shout out to Magno, man.
it was him and Magno, and he actually absorbed all that hype that the Swishahouse has built over all that time,
Right.
And he was pretty dope at that point too, you know.
Definitely, without question.
Mike Jones, who? Mike Jones.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike Jones.
And I think that's one of the things that really blew him up so quick. You know what I mean?
He had that machine.
Yeah,
he
had
had the machine. He had the whole platform already right there for him.
And at that point, we was working with Warner Brothers around there.
Right.
So they put the steroids, and he got all the benefit from the steroids.
So, like my co-host asked earlier, what happened with that momentum? Like, I know y'all dropped the one, and what happened after that? Like,
I mean, we dropped a couple of them, man. But at the end of the day, you drop it with the majors around there, and of course, I'm gonna be honest with you. When it came down to doing stuff with the majors and stuff like that, I'm green, so we definitely got railroaded like a lot of other people did sign with majors. Yes, I'm going to admit that. You know what I mean? Yes, we did. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't really take it to heart, because this is shit that just happened around there. But, that's what happened,
So you think, let me see, how do I ask this question?
Just ask the question.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to. It's not a bad question.
That's
politically correct.
For those of y'all don't know, here comes the bullshit.
I'm not trying to be politically correct. No, what I'm thinking is I'm making so basically. I think the question is simple. Had you guys stayed doing what you were doing independently, you probably would have made more of the same money, but you wouldn't have had the same national. I don't think Mike Jones could have done it. I think a lot of the other guys that already had the following probably could have.
Yeah, I think that. To be honest with you, right? I think we would have made the same amount of money if we didn't go with a major round up. We would have made more. Once you understand money and what we end up getting out of that, because at the end of the day, the only thing you had to do is sell 20% of what on your own, what the major's going to do, and you're going to eat way better than any deal you cut with a major.
God damn, hold on. Say that again. So you
20%.
sell 20% of what you would sell on your own.
If I sold 20% of that shit on my own, right, I would have made more money. Where us and the artists, everybody would have made more money than we did signing with a major after they finished shish kebabbing with the pen and all that bullshit.
Shish kebab.
Hey man, that pen tough. The pen is
we talk
definitely
about the pen a lot on
the
this
sport.
show, man.
Yeah,
but
but
that pen tough.
But in the long run, it was growth for everybody. Because being put on that major platform like that gave you the power to eat for years.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when you doing that was before the 360 deal, so you got merch and everything else you could sell around there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And for us having this worldwide name, man, us being signed to that major, that still is benefiting the brand even to the day.
That's what I was gonna bring up. That was my next thing. So from a immediate standpoint, you would have made more money. But when you take a look at the branding of what the majors do for you and being able to take that opportunity to monetize it in so many different ways, because that's one of the things we were talking about with Kiki. And he was saying he just kept putting music out, He never knew streaming was coming. So, I think it's a situation where what was the first member of Destiny's Child? I used to work with her dad. I can't think of the little girl name.
Which one? Toya?
Was it Toya? No, it wasn't Toya.
Michelle?
No, Michelle.
It wasn't Michelle.
The original group was B, Toya, Tavia, and
Tavia.
Yeah,
Tavia.
Damn, Tavia. Ooh, yeah.
So what I explained, I think her dad's name is Daryl. What I was explaining to him was, if the contract might not be favorable, but there is no way you can pay for the marketing you getting of being with Beyonce.
Exactly.
There's no way you can pay for the marketing. What it would cost you, so it's worth being fucked on this contract right now, because what it would cost you to pay for the same marketing to be able to brand yourself, I don't know what that number would be. And I think that's the same thing that happened with Juvenile when he left the Cash Money brand. What is that marketing? The contract may be messed up, but when it looks at how do you monetize the opportunity that's there, I think it's worth it at that point. What do y'all think about that?
I mean, that I'm not in the industry like that, but that sounds like, a good point because, man, marketing and those looks, man, you're just not going to get those same looks without, that machine behind you. That's just my opinion.
If you got your businesses together and you have the heart of hustling, yes, you're going to make all that money, Because I feel like a lot of the artists that was with us, regardless of what ended up happening with Warner Brothers around there, I think at the end of the day, with them hustling, with all the stuff they had on the side around, I think they still made just as much money as they would have with their royalty checks.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But you also got to look at this Texas machine in a whole, man. We have, 4 big cities in Texas. That's not including.
We probably have more Texas cities you can eat off of.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Texas is damn near a country of its own.
Absolutely. That's what I was getting at.
California, New York.
No facts. Like I said, and we tapped into the Louisiana market. Because like I said, I remember, going to Arkansas back then, going to Louisiana back then, like every fucking weekend, like doing concerts with you know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, you had your own little gold mine down here, like, you know what I'm saying, that they was tapped into.
That's crazy what you said on that. You know who I was going on the road with then, here and there, and that stayed busy? Gangsta Nip. And we was going to small towns all around, but he stayed busy. Yeah. He stayed, man, shout out to Coop, man.
So I think
I used to book him for shows, man, back in the day.
Yeah. But Nip stayed busy. And just in Texas, you talking about getting, 10 to 15 shows a month in Texas and Louisiana.
Yeah.
So these artists independently would eat, even though he was with a label, they were eating good though.
Exactly. Yeah,
I got you. So let's move along a little bit. So okay, we got Mike Jones. So I don't want to get into that, what happened after that. But I mean, I really don't know. I don't know if anybody want to know, but we can talk about it if y'all want to. But I want to get back to the Swishahouse.
I don't know. I really don't want to know, but we can get into that if y'all want.
That's what I want to get back to the Swishahouse. Because I want to get back to the Swishahouse.
I'm not letting you get this shit out,
I want to get back to the Swishahouse.
He got it all off his chest in one
I did.
He sure did.
I mean, fuck it.
Yeah. I want to know, but I don't want to ask.
What the fuck happened to Mike Jones? Where the fuck is Mike Jones at? We want to know. Everybody want to know.
Where the fuck is Mike Jones? You just say something.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'd rather let Mike Jones speak for himself around there.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, he a grown ass man, and that's his perspective around there. He could tell you where he's been at and the things that's going on in his life better than I could.
So what is the relationship like?
You know what? On the cool, man, we haven't been talking like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? After the business went sour, man, basically he his way. You know what I mean? And I'm just here. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
And and on the cool, I have not turned my back on this man. If you want to get up and talk and do business around there, hey, I'm willing to help this man. I've done it plenty of times after the deal was basically over with anyway.
Okay. See,
well,
there we
one
go.
thing. There you go. You got the. You asked your indirect ass question.
It's
the man gave you a very direct answer.
It's for the people.
Appreciate you, Watch man, for giving a very direct answer for an indirect ass question.
So I want to go back to Swishahouse. I like the Swishahouse got a mean timeline. So now we talk about what this was. So this after the Mike Jones. Maybe this happened before. I could be wrong. You bring in a little Flip and do a mixtape. They had a song.
Actually, on the cool.
Who was that?
Ron C. Was doing mixtapes too.
Ron C.
Okay. So Flip came over there with OG Ron C.
Okay, because that was like a big deal to hear a Southside dude on the Swishahouse. It was like, what?
Lil Flip was the first Southside person that was bold enough to come over and fuck with us around here, and I greatly appreciate it. You know what I mean?
There you go for being open-minded, Flip.
Flip, we need that interview too, Flip.
Man, Flip, you know what, on the cool, man, before the Swishahouse shit really even jumped off, man, we already fucked with Flip even before that, because we used to do this teen spot on the south side called the All-Star. Mm-hmm. Me and my dog Big Red used to be over there, so we was already cool with it.
Shout out to DJ Red, man.
Before before the Swishahouse shit really just came into play like that. You know what I mean? As a kid, that man used to come over there wrecking freestyle and shit. So,
I remember that.
Yeah,
I have no clue what the hell y'all talking about right now.
We talking about Lil Flip.
I know that.
Lil Freestyle.
I'm trying to think of the All-Star. That kind of threw me off.
Consider
I guess
that
it was a teen club shit.
You should have known about the All-Star because at the end of the day, you would have been labeled as a pedophile if you was there without being paid to be there.
Without reason.
So you shouldn't have known about the All-Star.
Hey, man, go ahead, Travis. Travis, go ahead and hit that shots fired.
That was definitely a shot. It was definitely fired.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
No, because I mean, you know, hearing Flip on the North Side mixtape was like a big deal. Like, damn, we got Flip. You know, it was a big. Then the tape was called I-45, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was on I-45.
Yeah, I think it was I-45.
Yeah, so
you know, he did two of them. I forgot the name of the other one that he was on, but I-45, yeah, you know.
Damn, Dre, your damn memory is better than mine.
Your memory is way better than mine too.
I mean, because I mean, you know, I'm
learning about my own shit. Fucking with you.
I'm a H-Town, you know, historian, man. Like, you know, I'm in tune with the city, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I think a little bit after that, you know, then here comes Kiki. You know, so let's talk about that relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kiki, my God, man.
Man, you know what? I'm give a shout out to T Ferris because T Ferris put that whole thing with Kiki there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, Kiki is one of those type of people, man, I've always admired, always respected around there. And it was just like, man, the fact that, you know, he was interested in coming to work with the team, man, you know, it's always a go. You know what I mean?
No question.
It's always a go because this man here is a legend in his own fucking right, period. You know what I mean? This right here is one of the pillars of H-Town, man. This man's face should be in the middle of the H-Town Mount Rushmore hip-hop side. You know what I mean?
I agree.
No,
you know?
I definitely.
Well said. I agree.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, man? When he was on, that man said he had 60 albums. And I just couldn't. I was like, no way. He said right there on his phone and started pulling them up. Right here. We're waiting to release that interview. He told us to wait. But can you fathom 60 albums?
Man, from Kiki, yeah. I'm going to tell you, man, the first time I directly worked with Kiki, right? We did the album before the album, right, for his first project that he had did with us, right? I come in here and I forgot how many songs that he did on the motherfucker, right? But he literally did all of them in one day. This man did not pick up the pen and write shit or nothing. I am blown. I am mind blown. You know what I mean? I have never seen no shit like this, and it sounds like he wrote it.
Yeah.
You know, that man is talented.
Well,
you know
then he had just came home, right? He had just got out, right? There's some shit like that he was saying. He said he just got out and he came on and he had to work, so he was working.
I think so. Yeah. I think so, man. But that man came and worked. I mean, I'm telling you, it fucked me up. I have never ever seen nobody come up there and lay a whole entire project down. And we probably spent a whole matter of maybe about 3 or 4 hours, and the project was done.
Shout out to Key and the work ethic, man. Oh, love.
Work done, Key.
So when you say that he has 60 projects, I am not surprised at all because that man got the work ethic and the drive and the talent to pull some shit like
Definitely
that off.
All that. Well said, man. Well said, man. Moving along. So, you know, I want to know, like, you know, I like to be curious. You know, I like to see people, you know, come back together. I know you got the big picks. You got the ADs, Archie Lee, Lester Roy, Slim Thug. When are we going to get this reunion now? Or this reunion song, or this reunion... What's up with this Swishahouse reunion, man? We're going to get the game back together.
I don't know, man, how we're going to put it together, but I would love to do one, though.
Yeah, we got to get that happen.
I would love to do one. I have no idea. Considering the fact that everybody is grown and they're in different places in their life and stuff like that, you know, I would love to do it.
Okay.
I don't know how it's going
to happen. We need
happen,
a documentary, too, man, because I know some legendary Swishahouse stories, too, man.
Oh, man, it's going to be...
Tell us a couple of them, Drake.
No.
I don't know the Swishahouse stories.
I wasn't a Swishahouse member. I was just around for the ride. So
it's so funny, man.
I'm not privileged enough to tell them stories.
Everybody around the story could tell you better than the people that actually did it, you know?
No question. Like I said, it's such an amazing story. You think about some of these major labels, and, you know, like, you know, the Def Jams, like Swishahouse was that. Like, if you think about some of the people that came from that, like that label, that time, like, man, look at everybody he just named. That's H-Town royalty right there, man. Like,
but
you know what I'm saying? So,
but it's crazy, man. Like for them, right? At that point, you know, this is a whole group of underground, independent, unsigned artists that were living like freaking majors.
No facts.
I mean, literally on the cool, man. These dudes had shows like they was on fucking tour. Yep. You know, literally had a show every fucking week and haven't had not one legal album out.
That's big.
That was
big. That was crazy.
Because mixtape songs, some of them
songs
songs will get a little radio play, man, every now and then, man.
Yeah, like, on my show it did.
Definitely. So, you know,
definitely got play on my show.
I put it on. I don't give a damn what it is. You know what I mean? If it's a freestyle, I'm gonna clean it up. Even if it's my shit or screw shit, I don't give a damn. If it's hot, it's hot. I'm playing it. Period.
How long was you doing that Sunday night thing?
Oh my God, man! I've been doing that for almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
Wow. It's been a while.
Damn, I said how long? Like the shit ain't there no more. I guess
I'm not on the radio anymore. So
okay.
I've been on the radio
for
maybe like a year and a half, almost 2 years now. You know.
So what you got going on now, man?
You know, I still do my stuff. I still do production. You know, I still do some mixing every now and then. I chop a couple of people's songs, man. You know.
Man, I just forgot about that, man.
Merchandise and
You've
shit.
chopped some major albums, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Oh yeah, a lot of people's stuff,
Yeah.
man. Like I did Lil Wayne, I did Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know, shit, man. I did a lot of stuff for Cash Money, David Banner, Lil Jon, Lil Scrappy.
Work.
It's so crazy,
Well,
man.
you
I
got a
just
hell
did
of a
in-store.
resume.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I just did an in-store. Where I did shit like for shit. I just did Big Pokey album. A lot of shit, man.
Shout out to Poyo,
man.
You know, it's so crazy, man. I did a lot of major shit, man. It's when I just did an in-store, and this dude brought literally every mix that I ever did. You know,
Wow.
he brought literally every mix I had the original CD and everything. Right, this dude brought about like 130 CDs.
How did that make you feel, man? Like, cause it's funny when you have fans like that bring you that. I've often wondered, like, how does that make, like, what does that feel like? Because it trips me out, like, when I see people. Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you where I'm going. The first time we walking through the MGM and somebody asked for a picture with Jay and an autograph, that blew me away. Like, the hell you want a picture with him for? Regular, normal ass nigga.
Shit, Jay had never been more normal. Period.
But
Jay is
when you
an
right
icon,
there,
man.
when you've been close to him all your
No, I
life,
got you.
you don't see what other people see. You know what I mean? And it's like, it tripped me out. Like, I was just like blown away. So for somebody to bring that to you, how does that, I may mean to ask him that, how did that make you feel? Because that means, like you say, Dre telling some of your stories better than you. So this man bought 130 pieces, some shit you probably didn't forgot. Like, damn,
some of them I
don't
actually
even remember
forgot
this.
that I have done them. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the stuff, and it's crazy, man. I just it's I don't know. It makes you feel really good, and that let you know that people really appreciate what you do. You know, and sometimes, man, you forget the impact that you have on people until you see somebody come in your face like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes I forget, what I brought to this culture, until somebody comes and brings me 100-something CDs of what I've done, In San Antonio, I had somebody came over that almost brought me 200 CDs of the stuff I've done. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And mind you that I have over 100 projects that I didn't even release.
That's crazy. What you waiting on?
Just because just because it didn't clear, I don't like releasing shit without somebody's blessing. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I have done a couple of people, just leaked out shit. Like I did J. Cole. I did a Meek Mill project. You know what I mean? Like I did some of them underground, but I really don't like releasing them without their blessing.
I got you.
Exactly.
So with all these experiences, man, all these collaborations you've done. What was one of your what was the pinnacle for you, man? Like in your career, what do you feel like the pinnacle was, or you feel like you haven't reached it yet? But I feel like you're a legend, so I guess that just
what? It's just I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The peak of my career around there is just the fact that the still tipping.
Okay.
The still tipping record, man. That record is the southern. That's record that is the H-Town hip hop anthem. Period. I don't think it's anywhere you can go to in the United States and you play that and they not know that that's represents Texas. Right. You know what I mean?
Still tipping been in the movie, man. It was in Queen and Sugar.
That shit has been in everything. That shit, you hear that shit on the sports and
Queen
everything.
And Slim. It was on Queen. You have some been on sports. It's been on Queen and Slim. It's that.
Yeah, and
that started with a mixtape.
It did.
It started with a Slim versus from a mixtape.
Yeah, that hook came from a mixtape. Matter of fact, if it was not it probably like one of the second freestyles he did with it.
Yep. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, it's like one of the, at least the third. If it wasn't the second, it was the third one he did with me. The name of the mixtape was called Rolling Strap.
Rolling Strap. I think it was Computer Love beat originally.
Rolling Strap, 98.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So this is what we need. You got the plug already. So we got Lester Surpace over there. When the Super Bowl coming back?
Who is Lester Surpace?
You don't know Lester? Oh
no, I'm talking about you calling me Lester Surpace. You calling him?
You talking to me, Lester?
I'm telling me he got Lester Surpace over there. So we get Pace on. We need to tell him, man. Shit, they doing the West Coast halftime. We need this goddamn H-Town halftime. Hey man, go talk to Tay and tell him we need this H-Town halftime, man.
We need to negotiate that for 2023, right?
Is that when it's coming back?
I don't know.
It's
Shit.
coming back soon.
You
We'll
know?
see. I mean, we in line for show. We Houston, baby. That's what we do. That.
Hey, man. What was it, 2004?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
That
I was
was
here
the
for that
first.
one. I missed the 13, so I wasn't around for that one. I was 14,
Yeah.
when it was 17. I'm sorry.
Whatever it was, it don't matter.
Yeah,
We
don't
weren't
even
here.
matter
Shit,
what
that
it
shit
is.
don't matter. Yeah,
That
we
shit
weren't
don't
here.
matter.
I was.
Fuck that Super Bowl. though.
Shit don't count.
I was.
We weren't here.
It was epic too. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I
can
think
imagine.
out of all the places I have been to, they had events that was on that level around there. I think Houston is a good place for it because we have a lot more room than a lot of other cities. You know,
Yeah.
you know, everybody can get around the places fairly comfortably here. You know, there was enough hotels for, you know, the majority of the people to stay in and everything. You know,
We got space out here. You can
We have
ride
space
shit,
out here,
what I'm
you
saying?
know?
We got some space out here. That's
Yes.
why I don't know, boy. Everybody coming here right now.
I know, right?
Damn. They driving the price of this real estate through the roof.
I know, right?
Hey, y'all chill for a minute. Goddamn. Sit down. Enjoy y'all homes too, man.
Facts.
We can welcome y'all, but go back home sometime. At least stop buying shit down here. Y'all driving the rent up and the goddamn price of the real estate.
Man, we got space down here, man. Let them people come on down here and
Shit.
enjoy themselves.
Hey,
man,
you must
know
got an
what
apartment complex.
I'm saying? I need one. Shit, let's get. I need one.
I tell you what, though, we do what we do have, and I've been around. I know y'all didn't travel. I tell people this. We got the best goddamn food in the country.
Yeah.
This is really a place your ass can get
Yeah.
fat. I just don't. I done been to New York. I done been to Cali, Atlanta, and I mean all of the major cities. But when you talk about just eating, man, we got some of the best restaurants in the country.
Yeah,
Period.
and for Houston, we have something for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn what nationality or walk of life that you are from. You can find yourself here.
Well, we the most diverse city in the country.
I can believe that.
No, I mean, you remember Slim did the thing on CNN, and that's when I first seen it, and I was like, damn. When they said, you know, because think about it, we got a Cuban population, we got Honduran, El Salvador, Nigerian, Ethiopian, Vietnamese, Chinese, Koreans. I mean, we got all of these real communities, and I can just keep going on
Like
and
real
on.
communities.
These are real communities. You talking about tens of thousands of people of all of these people. And it's crazy because like I got one of my partners, he don't like nothing but Colombians. And I say, damn, where the hell you keep finding all these Colombian women at?
Off of like Clay and
And it's, oh, you know how? Because it just tripped me out. Like every broad you got is Colombian. Like, where they at?
hey
He
man,
talking
they
about,
out there.
man, there's so many of them. Oh my God, man.
They
I'm
out
like,
there.
for real? And so he
I
kind
ain't
of,
looking for them, but they out there.
yeah, he like Colombians and Cubans. And I mean, I did not know we had that much of a large Colombian and Cuban community.
Man, we have whatever you want out here. I think that's one of the
I
reasons
just
why
seen
so many people flood down here to Houston the way they do. You know,
I just seen an advertisement for a Brazilian fest. Like they're gonna have like a Brazilian like culture fest or something like that, some type of Brazilian thing in March. So
Is that right?
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
no, I'm telling you, I've definitely seen it.
Where did you see it at? Because I mean, is it something you was looking for?
I know it was at the spot they're doing it. I seen like
Oh,
a
you-
flyer banner. This is coming soon.
What
So I
spot was you at?
I'm just it's just a spot.
I'm asking, what's the spot though?
I
He
was
don't want to give
riding
up the
by.
plug.
I mean, you know,
No,
hey man, we ain't going. I was just, you know, oh, you don't want to plug the spot? I got you.
No, you don't want us
Yeah.
to go.
You don't want to plug
I
the
can't
spot.
plug the spot. I can't, you know.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell
got you. I
how
don't,
yeah.
you know, tell them to come with a check. We'll plug.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I'm
all
saying.
good.
Like, yeah, they, you know, they gotta, you know, hey man.
But what were you doing in the spot though?
I was just passing by and I was like, this is where Brazilian's gonna be.
Hey,
Gonna
why? I be on
here.
bullshit with him because he stay on bullshit, man.
Hey man, he don't
Hey,
want to pass
hold
the
on.
plug, man.
Hold on. All these viewerships and people come back and tell me, they say, man, your homeboy be on cold bullshit.
I hear the same thing from you.
Nah.
I hear the same thing from my partners. They be like, man, what's up with you?
Your friend's bias.
Listen, I know for a fact somebody one of my partners gonna say, man, what was up with your homeboy with that shit? Well, some people kind of want to know, but I ain't gonna ask. But what you think about it if I was to ask? If that shit did happen, what do you think it probably would be? But I ain't gonna, you know, we ain't gonna even go there
Because-
like, what the?
Because I watch a lot of podcasts. Like, you know, I watch podcasts. You know, I don't want to be known as the messy podcast, but the people want to know. I'm like, okay, what the fuck Mike Jones is like?
I mean, shit.
Who?
They want
Mike
to know that
Jones?
Yeah,
shit.
see?
You know,
I be want to know what the fuck motherfuckers at. Hey, another question. One more question before you go.
I mean, because my whole thing is I don't like answering questions I don't have the answer to. You
Facts.
know what I
I
mean?
got one more question.
Yeah.
Who idea was it to throw that fucking phone? That was probably one of the greatest marketing strategies
That's a question I was
I've
finna
ever
ask.
seen. Like,
'Cause I've never heard
the
nobody
phone number
else do
shit.
it.
That was one of the greatest.
You know what? I think that, you know what? I'd rather let Mike do it. But I think, man, Mike used to come to the radio station with me, right? When we first started fucking around, right? And I think he got that idea from when we was doing the show.
Okay.
and he decided to put his number on there. He just probably clicked in his head like, oh wow, I can make something big out of this. You know, one thing about Mike, man, he was like a marketing genius.
Right.
You know, he's like out of everybody. There's two people that I fuck with that I felt like was marketing geniuses. Mike Jones and Camille now.
Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah. Marketing fucking geniuses, right? When I fuck with Mike, man, this man had a whole plan mapped out in his head how he wanted to build his career, you know? And I'll be damned, it really pulled off in the timeline that he expected it to as well. You know?
You know what? I think I saw an interview. He said that was his grandmother's idea. He said his grandmother told him to give his phone number. I don't know if his mother.
Mike, I don't know you out there somewhere, man. Holler at your boy, tap in, homie. I want to get you on the show, man.
Like I say, I think that, you know, at the end of the day, he used to go to the radio station with me. I don't know if he got that in his head from that or whatever, man, but, you know.
That was dope.
Maybe did, you know. Maybe did get it from his grandmother.
So,
you know?
Before we close, man, what's the next move for Swishahouse? Is it any more Swishahouse, or is it just what's the next move for Michael Wax?
It's going beyond the music. Swishahouse is going beyond the music. That's all I'm gonna say. And Swishahouse is going beyond the music. That's it. Period. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Swishahouse beyond the music.
It's going beyond the music.
So what that mean? We got a documentary coming?
We got way more beyond. Like I say, more things are going beyond the music. Because I don't really like getting into details about things that haven't happened yet, because it seems like it jinx it. You know?
Okay, we ain't gonna speak on it no more.
So
he gonna tell us off camera. We've been having a great game. He gonna tell us off camera.
Yeah,
next time.
but we ain't gonna tell, so it don't matter.
Right? Never tell.
Shit, we're gonna.
They're
keep
gonna be
it
harassing y'all. They're gonna be like, so what Washington gonna do?
And I'm like, yeah, he just bought an NFT.
We're gonna keep it G.
You seen Robert up here, you know, he been fucking with me about the NFTs and stuff like that.
Man.
But definitely, man, I'm like, man, it's a lot of other future things that you know we want to be on top of, you know.
Ooh, Swishahouse capsule might be a dope NFT.
I want to, you know,
that might be dope.
I really want to do other level shit. You know what I mean? Swishahouse was always built upon other level shit. You know, even back then when you was listening to us in the 2000s, man, we wasn't in the 2000s. We was way farther past that.
Yeah, y'all had a slew of characters, so yeah.
Even with the marketing and everything around there, man, that shit wasn't like the average person doing mixtapes.
I mean, because
around
the audience gravitated to the music, and the music was everywhere. You couldn't pull up to a park nowhere and not hear a Swishahouse.
It was something that was space age. That's why it blew people's mind like it did. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I think the whole city, we've been ahead of our time, to be honest with you. And I go back to it's a particular artist in Houston I think that's never ever got they just due, and that's Choice. So I go back to all the way to Choice, man, and now she might not have been the most lyrical, but in her time,
she was one of the nastiest.
Lil' Kim and all of them came after her, but nobody has ever given her that credit.
Yeah.
And like you say, you know, you guys were before your time. It just happened. But even though y'all were before y'all time, y'all still capitalized on your time.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I mean, it's still relevant.
That's the key.
A lot of that old shit is
made
still
it to
relevant
the
today.
Awards, man. I mean, MTV was all that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was Swishahouse is a brand.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I was down there.
It speared the H-Town movement. Like, Still Tipping speared the H-Town movement. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what's some funny shit. So we ended up getting a deal with Revolt, right? Revolt had a show at South by Southwest around there, right? Mm-hmm. So they actually invited Swishahouse on there, right? So they wanted us to do our shit, you know. But some of our biggest shit was underground stuff, so it can't get cleared for TV.
Oh wow, wow.
They won't be doing this. No, that's not gonna work.
So where do we get this cleared again? Shit, man.
It's not gonna happen.
Run the Still Tipping again.
Bad motherfucker.
I say run the shit that we already got cleared again. We ain't doing all that.
Back then, you could do those, you know.
Clear.
Yeah, you can do all the mainstream shit, but you know, at the end of the day, man, some of the shit that the real Swishahouse fans, the native fans of our work around there, they want to hear that underground shit, you know, the shit that they grew up off of, the things that was that made their life great at that time when they was in high school or whatever. Then, you know,
that's dope.
So I got one question before we close, man.
Yeah, you just said that.
No. Well, I lied then the other time.
So
I had another, because this is a new segment that we doing, and it's called Wild Stories, man. Tell us some of the wildest shit that happened on the road with Swishahouse or at the camp at the time, man.
Say, hold on, I'm not gonna let you lie to this man. Tell me we got a new segment. He just thought of this shit just now. We got a new segment. We gonna call it Wild. So he
this is a new segment. It is. just
that
came
man
up with
just
the
made
shit,
that
but
shit
you
up.
wasn't supposed to tell everybody
Nah,
else.
you just made that
Hey,
shit
man,
up.
cut that shit so it
Nah,
be real, man.
nah,
Don't be-
man.
this-
You know what?
Nah.
Really, Dre?
You know what? When it come down to wild stories, I'm gonna tell you who y'all need to. As far as Swishahouse is concerned, who you need to talk to is Mario. Y'all need to interview Little Mario. This man here is a borderline comic. I'm telling you, man, he's a great interviewer around there. When it come down to those stories like that, I'd rather Mario tell it because he could tell it tell the stories in a way that is really entertaining. You know what I mean? So I'm pitching the baton to Lil Mario. He the one that needs to tell those stories.
Yo,
man.
you got to come through, man. I'm gonna
Lil Mario needs to tell it, man.
Yeah, yo.
Lil Mario is the truthful storyteller. You know what I mean?
We gonna start the new segment out with you, Lil Yo.
So no, we got to cut that out because he didn't do the story. He just passed it to Lil Mario.
I got to, man, because at the end of the day, man,
that's his story.
That's his story.
Look, man, I am happy to have lived life, and I am glad to be past the point of where I was back then. And I don't want to be the one to bring this shit back up.
Back then they didn't want you. Now you got there. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a lot of crazy shit, man. Like I said, I don't like making up shit, and I don't like lying to people. So I'm gonna pass the mic to Mario.
That's what's up, bro.
I can't let you get that one out before we go. So hold on.
Uh-oh.
He don't like making up shit and don't like lying to people. So you gonna let Mario make up shit and lie to him?
No, he ain't gonna make up shit or lie to you. That's why I'm gonna pass the mic to Mario. You know,
I gotta know where the nigga going with this shit. Man, tell us something, Watts, man, before we go, man. This is the first segment of Wild Stories, man.
Man.
You don't want to.
My life has changed.
Your life has changed.
My life
you know
has
what?
changed. My life is a
See,
fairy tale.
you're gonna be fucking up happy homes with this segment, man.
Not even that,
him.
man. I am happy to be free and all this type of shit around here, and I am not finna incriminate myself by saying some shit that's gonna bring some attention to anybody that don't need.
So for future guys, y'all keep all wild stories to just shit that happened with a bunch of women on the road, this, that, and that. We do not want to know no criminal activity or no possible shit that might have happened or could have happened that could be a problem.
My life was a fucking fairy tale before I started
Let's make sure the statute of limitations up on all that bullshit.
Right? We gotta look this shit up, man. Can I talk about this
So
now?
With all that being said, man, we really appreciate you coming out, man. Thank you very much, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Good seeing you again as well.
Man, because you don't do a lot of interviews, so,
No,
man, we really thankful that you came out on our platform, man.
Oh, it's all
so
good.
shout out to Michael Watts, man.
Hey,
Michael 5,000 Watts.
Make sure y'all click the link. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Make them comments. Keep supporting us, man. Thank y'all. We appreciate it, man.
And also, make sure y'all follow Watts, man. Tell them where to find you at, man.
I'm really simple, man. My social media is at DJ Michael Watts. And if you are a Facebook person, which I'm not, you can follow me at Michael 5,000 Watts.
And also, but before we were on air, he was speaking. Do not talk to him. Don't expect a response between 7 and 10. He getting his workout on. So nothing is more important than this man getting his workout on.
Health is wealth, man.
His health is wealth, and he getting that. He getting it. And my fat ass ain't did it yet, but I'm gonna get. So it's just like I'm gonna get to this social media shit that I never got to. But now, with all that said, man,
waiting.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the Relentless Podcast. Y'all know, and I know y'all might be getting confused because we was the Cole and Dre show. Then it was the Cole and Dre podcast. And then Dre came up with this great idea to make this shit the Relentless Podcast, which I think was a great idea. And so that's what we are now, the Relentless Podcast.
Because my co-host be relentlessly on bullshit.
Hey,
I'm relentlessly on money. You can believe that.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I learned in life, right? I remember Mean Green getting on my ass because I kept changing my phone number, right? He said, "Man, look, if you want to build something, man, make sure you stay the same." You know what I mean? So I stopped changing my phone number around there. So if you want to build a name, y'all need to keep that name the same around there and build from it.
So right now, with this great wisdom that Michael Watts has given us, what the fuck is the name of the show, Dre?
The Relentless Podcast.
Y'all can't change it from this point, man.
This is it.
That's it.
This is the Relentless Podcast. So y'all been, now what happened? Because people been going on there, the Cole and Dre show. That's how you find it on YouTube.
We got about 15 of them motherfuckers we ain't released yet, so we good.
So what about those old shows?
They still gonna be on there.
All right, we're gonna talk. We gonna come up.
We leave that to the people that leave it up to.
So y'all tell us, man. Y'all help us out. The Cole and Dre show, the Cole and Dre podcast.
Hey, it's the Relentless. The Relentless Podcast, that's it. You already
Relentless
got it right now.
Podcast,
You
that's
have
it.
marketed it through the whole show. You got to stick to
Yes,
it.
sir.
And that's it, period.
Yes,
you
sir.
know?
Appreciate that, OG, man.
That's
Thank
it,
you,
man. Hey, man, we out of here. H-Town.
H-Town
Thank
Legends
y'all
in
for
the building.
tuning in. I'm Cole.
This is Dre.
And this Michael Watts, man. Peace. We out.
Hey, man, what time it is, man? Hey, relentless, hey, Cole, boss straight, 2 mother, watch them out, no cap.